Good morning. Well, I should say good afternoon. Today is May 11th and we're gonna do our first official garden tour for the season. There's not a whole lot growing yet as far as big and beautiful and green and lush, but there's some stuff starting to come up, so I'm excited for you to see what's going on. And Jonathan was excited because he had his hand in it, so that's really neat and it makes me happy. So let's get started. First of all, when we come into the garden, I have planted strawberries here. You cannot see the strawberries, and I don't know if I planted them right, so we shall see. But these ones right here in front are supposed to be June bearing, honey-o strawberries, and those are ever bearing. Those are beauty strawberries. I think I've explained them once before, but just in case. I got these from my gardener. They come as roots, and then you just plant them. Walking into the garden, I had some extra tomatoes that I was not going to be giving to anybody. So I have 3 homestead tomatoes, which get really big. And then I had a couple great whites left, a little itty bitty thing right there. Next, going into the garden, we have all of the beds. I'm still working on trellises, and I'm still working on the irrigation. So excuse the hose and some of the things going on, but came through here and weeded yesterday just so everything looked pretty, and it rained, so there's more weeds. That's just the nature of the game, so it is what it is. Back here I have my first bed. This is bed 1 in the very back corner. So I have triple crop, and it's triple crop tomatoes. I have mortgage lifter tomatoes, and I have delicious tomatoes. So I'm hoping all of them they need water. I need to water them a little bit, which is crazy considering how much rain we've had, but whatever. So this is a tired, exhausted borage, and there's some baby borage coming up. Now this is really good to plant with your tomatoes because it attracts them, but also when these flower, you can eat the flowers and they taste like cucumbers because they're in the cucumber family. I planted a lemon balm yesterday that I started from seed last year. I put it here. It'll get big and beautiful, and I'll be able to harvest lemon balm off of it. And then in this bare spot here will be German or Roman chamomile, whichever one I have. On to bed 2. We currently have peas everywhere on the trellis. I should say pea plants everywhere on the trellis. This one hasn't actually, oh, I just lied. This is the first 2 pea plants, or pea snaps on this plant. Yay! I love garden snacks. There they are. First 2. All over this thing were buds, so they should produce a ton. And I just love the way they look when they fill the trellis. All down here, from that end in a line all the way down, are purple plum radishes. So me and John I was an okay fan of radishes, he was not, and so we started roasting them, just like putting them in the oven, 350, 400, whatever, with some oil, salt, pepper. Amazing. They are phenomenal. And then in this one, and I lied, over there, I did have, this is my garden plan, y'all, I'm crazy. I did have chives planted over there, regular chives. So here I have where I'm going to be putting the chamomile. I'm going to do Roman and then German, and then up front will be cauliflower. I'm going to start that from seed. And it may be too late in the season, they may bolt, which if you don't know what bolt means, it means that they go to seed instead of producing the vegetable that you want. So we'll see. Bed 3, there's some peas on it as well. They're kind of starting to fizzle out some. You can see how tired they look. There's a couple peas on there. There's one. And my aphids have been terrible. So I actually just ordered, because someone told me if you get yellow cello cups and you put Vaseline and what was the other thing? Vaseline and popsicle sticks, and hang the cups upside down on the popsicle sticks and put the Vaseline on there, that they would I'm gonna run to the back because that's how I know. They would keep away the aphids. So I ordered all of that on Amazon for cheap. We're gonna try that and see how that works. All of the garden snacks, I loved them. You see the baby peas. So they're still producing some, so I'll leave them be. Once they are done and expired, I will be putting more peas. I've got one coming up right there. The sugar magnolia tendril peas. I have a line here of, you can barely see them, the shoygoin, I don't know how you say them, turnips. So those are coming up. I have cilantro here, started from seed last year. They were transplanted, so they look a little rough, but you can see the greenery in the middle from the back. And nasturtiums don't act like they like the sun very much. We shall see how they are doing. Those are the night and day variety. They're like cream and burgundy. And then this over here is the dwarf jewel nasturtium starting to pop out of the ground. And those ones are orange, red, gold. They're really pretty. Bed 3, I had some pink plume celery that started from seed. And these 3 are kind of puny looking. That one looks like it's doing well. And it's actually several seeds, but I was gonna see how it worked out. It was an experiment, kind of, sort of. The dill's looking a little rough. That's the fern leaf dill. I planted carrots here, and I don't see them coming up yet unless that's them. Nope, I think they're right there. That little itty bitty sprout right there, right there. You can see the cross. Those are the cosmic purple carrots. That is the Kentucky Wonder pole beans there at the back. There would be a trellis just like that. And then we have cucamelons I planted over there, but I don't see the cucamelons coming up just yet. So I don't think they've come up yet. Something's coming up. All that's coming up. I don't know what all that is. It's weeds. We shall see. And that's the early purple kohlrabi, the only one that lasted. I planted 2, but only the one lasted. Bed 5 is the first trellis. Here at the end, I had planted 2 Vera lavenders, and there's only one that's lived. That's looking a little. It's starting to turn up like it's trying to get tall again, so we'll leave it a bit alone. And it's gotten plenty of rain, so it does smell good already. I didn't realize that they smell from the beginning, so that's pretty cool. And then here I have, these are Wisconsin SMR cucumbers, cucumbers, starting to come up. Then I have Boston pickling that are coming up there. If those don't germinate on the other side in a couple days, then I'll take one of those and move it over. And I may take one of those and move it in the middle. Just so that they spread out evenly on the trellis. And then in between all of those, I did carrots. You can see here's one coming up. Joys of having a giant metropolitan airport and a municipal airport within an hour's distance from you, both. So now that it's gotten quiet again. So here are the varieties of beets I've done. This one is the bull's blood beet. I actually don't see any of these ones coming up just yet, but I do see, I also planted Shioga or Basana, how you say them, I'm not sure. And this is the Ruby Queen. That's the first one I saw it come up. So there's a line of them there. And there's a line of tried beets before and I'm not a huge fan, but I do plan on harvesting them. And John likes pickled beets, so we're gonna try that. But then also I want to powder them and use them in smoothies and things like that. Super green smoothies, stuff like that. So bed 6. I have Armenian yard-long cucumbers coming up on this side. And I have muncher cucumbers coming up on this side. On the back, well, in between them I'll have white hailstone turnips, and then along the back I haven't planted them yet, but they'll all be radishes. So I'll have several varieties. I'm actually going to teach you how I do that. It's super simple, but I just want to kind of walk you through it. Here is the bed where I have my yellow tomatoes. So I have Dr. Wyches or Witchies down the middle. Then I have Kellogg's Breakfast. And those 3 holes actually have weeds in them. I'm pulling the weeds out, and I'm going to be planting pork chop tomatoes there. Again, they're a yellow variety. I'll go more into varieties as soon as I do a little more research on them. In front of that, though, will be I lost my train of thought. Ground cherries. Ground cherries will be here. They're like sweet treats from the garden. And then I'll have all my basil down here. I haven't gotten most of that to germinate yet because it's been too cold. And then on the other side, the rest of the varieties of ground cherry, and then red shisho and parsley down at the bottom. What are we, bed 8? So I'm gonna have my chicory, common oregano, and then I haven't really decided what's going to be in the middle yet. I was going to put celery, but not most of it didn't germinate. Plus it'll bolt because it's getting to that time of year. Excuse me. Right here I have white wonder cucumbers. And then in between them, I have flowers coming up. Those are the Northern Lights zinnias. So that'll be really pretty. And then over here is the table queen acorn squash and zinnias coming up on the other side. Number 9, I have sweet dumpling squash here that hasn't started to come up yet, and Burgess buttercup here, which they're huge. So I'll probably spread them out so they get ample space. And then in between is the, just trying to look and see, Picotee cosmos. You can see one coming up here. And then the rest of this bed will be carrots. This is the last little section I have to weed eat. When I weed eat it, I missed this spot. So 10, we'll have an arch just like this to bed 11 as soon as we get it put up. So down here we have golden ball turnips starting to come up. All the little turnips all the way down to here. And then the rest of it will be turnips and carrots I haven't planted yet because they're super easy and super quick to come up. These are Minnesota midget cantaloupes. These were not out of the ground yesterday. So that's fresh baby cantaloupe sprouts. I'm so excited. In between, if you recognize that leaf, that's a nasturtium. We have those in between, and they are the peach melba variety, which are really pretty peach white cream colors. We have honey rock melon here. These are fresh baby sprouts today. We got a bunch of rain yesterday, so that's why they're coming up willy-nilly. Over here, I have and I lied to you, those are the Alaskan variegated variety of nasturtiums. Over here are the peach melba ones. I don't see any sprouted just yet, but these are golden midget watermelons. I don't have any on this side popping up just yet. So I'll do the same thing if they don't, just move one over. They're small watermelons, so that's why I put them on the trellis. Tigger melons, those are small. Any kind of melon that I put on here is going to be small for the pure fact that I don't want them to fall off. And they won't, I could do netting and stuff, but for the aesthetics, I just decided not to. The rest of the bed will be carrots and radishes. Over here is going to be a cabbage on this side bed, and then down here I have the purple tomatoes. So I have, oh, that one didn't make it. Sad. Alright, I'll have to redo that because that piece coming out's a weed, and you can see the leaves from that one. He didn't make it through the storm. Alright, well, we're plant that. Cherokee Purple, Black Prince, and Paul Robeson, which I'm probably going to put one of each of the black crim seeds that I've started in there. And then on the other side will be corn mache, corn salad, which is like a green, and then little gem butter crunch lettuces. So I'll have some lettuce. And they're small varieties so they won't bolt in heat, if I'm careful about it. So here is going to be the same thing. There'll be trellises between these two, which is 8 and 9, and these two, which is 13 and 14. So you can see I've already got some of the, I had to look at my cheat sheet, Jacky Little pumpkins coming up. And then on the other side is supposed to be the honeydew, and I don't see any yet. So we'll see if we get some of that with the green flesh honeydew. And then in between them, I'm going to be planting purple dragon carrots. Over here, I'm going to be doing giants of California zinnias, dwarf dazzler, some cosmos, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing in the middle yet. I kind of left it as a blank space, so if you have ideas, let me know. And suggestions. Bed 14, Waltham butternut squash. They need some water. And then I have the vegetable spaghetti squash coming up. I'm so excited. Sprouts make me so happy. It's a weird thing. I don't know. And then in between here, I'm going to be doing cherry bell, or I'm sorry, cosmic purple carrots with Long Island Brussels sprouts, some more carrots, and then, no, I lied. Up there is where I'm doing the Long Island Brussels sprouts and the carrots. Here's where I'm doing the more carrots, but different types, and then onions. So, put them all down there. Here I have, well, let me 15. We'll have a trellis like that one at the end for the tomatoes in the middle. I have all these sunflowers starting to come up. Those are sun gold tall sunflowers. Those are Hopi black dye sunflowers. And then I have single sensation cosmos coming up over there. The single sensations are the ones I have from last year's video with the pinks and whites. They were pretty. These are my Brandywine pink tomatoes, my great white tomatoes, and my Aunt Ruby's German green tomatoes. Here I have all of the okra coming up. These are Long Pod Perkins okra, and these are the Clemson spineless okra. And then I have little flowers, one there and one there on each side. I don't remember what they were, not gonna lie. It'll be a surprise, a garden surprise. Alright, so here's my sweet pepper bed. I have Santa Fe Grande, that little tiny sprout there, there's one. There's another one coming up beside it. Down at the end I have giant Marconi peppers. These are all sweet. That is the Sunbright sweet pepper, and some extras. They're just random sweet peppers. Golden California Wonder pepper, and then those are the regular California Wonder. I have hot peppers in here. I have more habaneros that I didn't think were going to germinate, but did. I have orange bell pepper, a habanada, which is a habanero that's not hot. No, I'm sorry, it's a jalapeno, so it's not hot. And then this one fell down, but it's the little lilac bell peppers. I have two beds that'll be going in the middle. One will be long ways, and then another one will be that way. This one will be long, will be most of my lettuces, and then this one will be the hot peppers. We just got to buy some more wood. We were short a couple pieces of wood. So here we have the Indigo Rose Pole cherry tomato, the blueberries tomato, and at the end is the purple bumblebee. These are all cherry variety. I try to keep all the tomatoes kind of to themselves with what variety they were. And these ones will be trellised as well with blue sweet tomatoes when they're ready to harvest. So I'm excited about that. look at my cheat sheet and see what I have planned here, because I don't have it completely planted yet. So on that side, I'm gonna have the Hill Country okra on that side. I probably honestly am gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do the Lemon Queen sunflowers there, the Mexican sunflowers that I got from a dear friend at work there, and then the Mammoth Gray sunflowers at the end, with the Hill Country and the red burgundy okra here, and tuck in apricot lemonade cosmos and lemon drop basil here. So that's it. You survived our garden tour, first one of the season. If you want to know any more about the varieties I planted or have questions about specific things, please feel free to drop them in the comments. If you like the video, make sure you hit the bell so you can see when we pop on next. And I'll talk to you next time. God bless.